All right, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. If you're new here, I'm Alexis. I'm an artist here in Brooklyn, New York. And here, I like to share my art and its inspiration and my love of the city and just a very authentic view into the life of someone living in the city. And if that sounds like something you're into, I invite you to stick around. We are slowly making progress through the latest piece in the latest collection, and today is a day for a bunch of leaves. Man, these trees they are, I always cringe a little bit when people say a labor of love. That's okay. I think it's okay to be cringy. I'm a millennial and I grew up with like all of the cringy things, and I think that that's like kind of the most fun way to be. So, you know, it's a labor of love, but it really is because I love trees. And I really do love trees. And I really love the trees in these pieces and just the like, I don't know, man, I see this like little community enveloped in this massive canopy of trees, and like what a dreamy place to live. And this collection is all about like dreaming of the best possible scenario for us collectively. So I think it's a perfect fit. But today is a tree day and I'm hoping to make some progress. So without further ado, let's just get into it and see what we can get done. This is like what the collection is. This is what we're creating. Just a whole bunch, as many as I can, visions of what a community can be when there's liberation for everyone and there are resources and there's great care, and it just pushes against the hyper-individualism that currently exists within our culture. And I think perhaps more specifically Western culture, American culture. I believe that we deserve better and that we can create better. But this is the first one that I've created. But going to the leaves, so the trees, all right, they're like a huge part of it. And I love them, but man, okay, lots and lots and lots of leaves, right? So all of these different layers. And then when I was mentioning creating the thing so that the seam is, I have a different technique I want to try for this, right? But I've done it with all of the seams on the sides and then along the top and the other side. But all of these, this is like over 11,000 leaves, and it takes a really long time to complete. It's honestly the element of these pieces that takes the most time, maybe besides the initial sketch of the piece, but I think it's more than worth it, because I love the impact that it has. And if I'm going to be envisioning a community of great care, then I have to take great care in creating that. And I just hope that it inspires like slowing down and more noticing and more gentleness. I was gonna say kindness, and I think that, you know, listen, I'm all for like kind, but there's been like that whole, there's that whole conversation about like Midwest kind versus like New York nice. And I think kindness a lot is like, there's like an emptiness to it. I don't know. I think we use that word kind, like kill them with kindness. If you're killing somebody with kindness, there's like a negative spin on that, right? Because it's more of like an F you, right? Like you're a jerk, so I'm just gonna like be sugary sweet. And I don't like that. I don't feel like it's authentic. And at this point in my life, I only have time and patience for that which is authentic. So if you're not down for me, don't kill me with kindness, just go away. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It's not kindness, it's deeper than that. It's like a gentleness and a great deep care. So that's that's that. But today, lots of leaves. I am really enjoying this process, and I really believe in this message, and I am committed to creating this collection in a large scale way, and hopefully it will inspire conversation around where we are and where we could be. So I don't know, if you've been here for a minute, you know that I stand for the liberation of all people, and I think that that's something that is really core to who I am. I don't know, I was just having this conversation with someone. It is 100% always been the core of who I am. It's interesting to me when I say that I stand for the liberation of all people. People will be okay with that, but then not realize that that means that I also then stand for the liberation of the people that they might not stand for, because they can't, there's like a dehumanization that happens within harmful brainwashing and thought patterns. And I am for the humanization of all people. And I think I draw the line where if your ideology is rooted in hate, I will not entertain that. I have not yet experienced a conversation where I have had with someone rooted in hate, where they have had this aha moment. I was asked recently, like, do you really believe that there's a right way or a wrong way to live or to believe? And I was like, yes. Yes, because when it comes to humanity, there is a right or a wrong way. You are either for the people or you are against the people. And everything is political, because politics either give liberation or it takes liberation. And it doesn't matter if it impacts you in this moment. If you are okay with lessening the rights of others, eventually it will come to you. No one is free until all of us are free, and we are only as free as those with the least freedom. I don't know. I don't want to go on a whole thing here, but I sure could. But I will continue to say it until the day that I am no longer here, what I stand for and what I create. I hope that it encourages conversations that deepen our understanding of our collective experience, what it means to be human, and I hope that it allows us to see the human in everyone and begin to understand that we are all connected. It is all connected, and everyone deserves freedom and the right to live and great care. All right, I'll stop there. But if you're here and if you're down for that, I'm really glad that you're here. And I believe that together we can create something truly beautiful. So I am going to go put these pieces back in their safe spaces, and I am then going to get back to these trees. While I work, I often spend a lot of time in deep thought. I think this is possible for two reasons. The work itself is meditative and allows for the quiet needed to process. And two, it's a solitary work, and I am often in my home studio alone for days on end. As such, I tend to get lost in thought a lot. Recently, I've been contemplating kindness. You know, it's funny because I appreciate kindness so much, and it is often a quality that I will perceive quite quickly. I regularly remark that someone has kind eyes or is kind. It's a word I use a lot. But like most things and most ideas, there's a danger to it, because as with most things, there's another side to it. There can be a disingenuous display of it and a weaponization. Hence the whole kill them with kindness. You aren't being truly kind when you're killing them with kindness. In reality, that kindness is passive-aggressive, much like the Southern use of bless your heart. And so while I hold kindness to the highest esteem, it falls short. In my life, whenever there is something to be learned, a next step to be taken, the universe will send it to me repeatedly until I take note and begin to take the steps necessary toward what it is that I am supposed to experience or internalize. And lately, it's been the idea of love. I think for a variety of reasons I have been critical of love and how it has been expressed in my lifetime. However, I know that there is something here that I need to dig deeper into. There's a reason why Bell Hooks wrote about love and not a book called About Kindness. She declares that love is an action and exists through that action and accountability. I believe this in and of itself eliminates the passive aggressiveness of that kindness that kills. Because true relationship, true care, true love requires accountability for the harm that begets harm. It refuses to perpetuate it by repackaging it. It's like James Baldwin said when he stated, "I love America more than any other country in the world, and exactly for this reason, I insist on the right to criticize her perpetually." That criticism is accountability. It is his love for America, his desire to see it become something truly great that elicits this criticism. He doesn't turn his back on it. He refuses to pretend that things are okay and to excuse the harms. He refuses to meet the harms with further harm. He has a criticism that is designed to elicit thought, imagination of what could be possible. What is possible when we refuse to accept the shortcomings of what is as the only way forward. I hope that on this day, you may begin to examine how love shows up for you and how you navigate this world through it. May we grow sharper in our understanding of it and demand nothing less. Where we've started with the trees today is just like all of these layers that will then be joined to create one of the trees, right? So this is one, all of these layers and all of those, that's why there's like 11,000 leaves, right? So this is like 6,000 at least. And then yesterday, so that's the left side, and then the right side, this is the green layers that will go in front of the building. So we've got these two layers, and then we just continue to add more layers to create that depth. And it takes whatever it's gonna take, like 12 full days of work to just create these elements. And then yesterday we created what will be on the side and the top. So we did this, it was like 9 hours of work. Once again, I think that the finished product is so worth it. So I don't know, I love it. I've mentioned before that I like how there's all of this science coming out about how trees and plants communicate and how they will take care of one another, and how if there's one sick tree, then the other trees will send things to that tree to try and nurse it back to health. But also then if there's an infected area of trees, they will send like warning signals to the other trees to kind of boost their immunity. There's so much to this world that we don't yet understand, and I am so here for it. I think there's a lot that we can learn about what it means to be truly caring, and so I don't know. That is absolutely why I'm so into these trees. And I think that they're a perfect element to this collection meant to inspire great care. So. So we're making a lot of progress and it feels good. It always feels good to make progress. What was the thing? It's like some sort of inconsistency will get you to the end goal. It doesn't have to be, oh, imperfect. I think it's something along the lines of like imperfect consistency gets you further than not doing it. Anyways, we're just doing a little bit each day. We're doing a lot each day. Some days more than others, but it just depends on what I got to give. So anyways, I finished Salt Houses and it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was a stunning, stunning story. It had been a really long time since I had read a fiction book that I found as moving as that. So, and I am currently reading The Night Watchman. This was a text that my college roommate recommended a few years ago and said that it was like her favorite book of all time. So far, I'm really enjoying it. It's lovely. I need like fiction with a little bit of weight. Does that make sense? Like it needs to really like, I get really annoyed with like the rom-com-y things. I don't know. I think it's connected to that same thing where I can't do small talk. It really bothers me. I don't know. I feel like time is so precious. Give me something that's like gonna move me in some way. I saw a TikTok recently where this girl was like, well, my husband thinks he's coming home too, and it's that Paramore song, like, ain't it fun? And then it clicks to Bernie Sanders being like, the oligarchs are blocking Zohran Mamdani. Ain't it fun?
There is a reason why the billionaire class and their super PACs are working overtime to defeat Zohran Mamdani.
That's me. Take it or leave it, man. So anyways, wow, this has just been a vlog of a vlog, if you will, but read Salt Houses if you're looking for a beautiful story that will expand your understanding and just, I don't know, connect you a little bit deeper to a part of humanity. So loved it. I'm like 7% into The Night Watchman and I'm hooked. I am forcing myself to glue leaves so that I can reward myself later with my book. But back to some leaves. So we've put in about 5 hours today, and I think I'm gonna wrap up here. I got the top layer of it done, and then I started the side. And so I'll do some layers down here, and then I'll do some up here, and then I'll fill it in. And by doing that, I hope that I can create more movement within the branches of the tree, but I'd say overall a pretty good start. And if you've made it this far, I want to thank you for spending your time with me. I'm really truly so honored. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. That helps YouTube know that there's something happening here. And if you have not yet, but would like to follow along as I share my life here in Brooklyn, New York, I would be honored if you subscribed. But with all of that being said, lastly, whatever time of day you watch this, I hope it's been a kind one. Until next time.